Hey, welcome back to the channel. So today I thought I would show you guys how I go about writing a lick. So let's get into it. Alright, so I start with the letter A. And that is how I write a lick. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Now that we have that dad joke out of the way, let's talk about how we can come up with a lick or a riff. So the process that I'm about to go over in this video, I pretty much do this on everything that I write, whether it's, writing a chord progression, solo, or anything like that. So anything that I do, I pretty much do the same process. So I'm gonna write a fresh chord progression, and then I'm gonna see if I can write something over it, whether it be a solo or a little melody idea or a riff. We'll see how this goes, so you guys can kind of see what my thought processes are and how I go about creating licks, riffs, or whatever. So let's get into it. So let's start off with a simple chord progression. Let's see. I'm gonna write something, let's say in A major. Alright, so we stick with the major chord formula. You have your major chord right here. Minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and then back to your major. So let's see, I'm gonna come up with some kind of a tempo. So that was a 1, 5, and 4. Alright, so I'm going to put that in a loop on my MX5 and see if I can write some kind of a melody or a lick to it. So what I usually do, I put something on a loop, and then I try to see if I can hear an idea in my head. So what I have going on right now is something like that. So okay, so I'm hearing do 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 do. Simple, I believe. So that's 3 total notes going do 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 do. So do. So I'm pretty much playing a triad of A major in my head. So and then do 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 do. That's a little bit tricky, so let's change that up. Alright, and then now that we know D major right behind it, so I'll play that same triad right there. So what I was hearing in my head was So if you're interested in learning more about triad and inversion, I will leave a link to the tutorial I did on that subject down in the description box below. So now that I have a melody idea, I'm going to put that in a loop. Now that I have a sort of a melody going on in it, so it is pretty much just a triad of A major, E major, and then D major. Alright, so Now let's see if I can write a solo over it. I'm gonna add a distortion. Let me play it again. So I'm hearing do 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 do. So I'm hearing something towards that. So So a lot of the times I pretty much improvise over a progression, and whichever notes or phrasing that I really like, I usually just pluck them out of whatever I was playing and try to implement them into a fully written idea. So what I was playing earlier, I really like that bending. So I'm gonna implement a bit of that into this little track. So that could come in after. So something along that line. So let me try that out. So if you're wondering what I am playing around there, I am still sticking around with A major, but I'm mostly playing around in A major pentatonic. Or you can think of it as F sharp minor, but its parent scale is actually A major. And sometimes I would even throw in some of my favorite licks that I've learned in the past. So, like, let's say Junktown by Andy Wood. Let's see if I can figure out how to fit some niche of that into this little track. So, let me play it. So because I thought about, what if I can implement some of the niche of his playing, that kind of led me to figure out that, hey, this sound, that part right there sounds really good. So it's a really great idea to kind of take in some of the pieces that you have learned and see if it'll kind of lead you somewhere else. Because before I wasn't really thinking about, hey, I could do this. But because I played a little bit of that, it kind of led me to discover that. Now right there I was just messing around with the, again, pentatonic, but I did sort of like a little sweep that I always use in my practice routine to kind of warm up my picking and as well as my fretting hand. You can never go wrong with hitting the octave over whatever chord is being played. So I try to keep that in mind, and whatever chord is being played, I like to mess around with the octave of that chord. Or even the fifth. If you try to land on any one of those notes in the chord, or of the chord, it'll actually sound pretty good. So you cannot go wrong with a little bit of octave, a bit of, you know, major third or perfect fifth. So try major third. A lot of things that I keep in mind when I'm trying to write a lick is, of course, you know, what chords are being played, what kind of chord are they, and then try to revolve my lick, solo, or whatever it is, around it, and try to bring out what I hear in my head out onto the guitar. So if you're one of those people that has a hard time bringing the sounds that you hear out of your head onto your guitar, I recommend practicing hearing intervals and identifying them, and as well as humming and hunting for those notes on your fretboard. So let's say you hear a note going something like ah, so so the note that I was humming was A. But my weakness to that is if somebody told me, you know, what is this note? I can't tell you. I would have to like find it on the fretboard, and then I'll be like, oh, that would be a, you know, a B or a D. Do another note. So let's see, what another note? What is that? F? Yeah. So I recommend practicing humming and hunting for certain notes, and then eventually you'll be able to identify what notes are being played, and even down to identifying, you know, what kind of triad you are hearing. Hey, dude. So practice humming and hunting for notes, and as well as identifying intervals. And then eventually you'll come up with something great and fun to listen to and play. Just don't forget to have some fun when you're writing, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you enjoyed this, Please be sure to hit that thumbs up button and also subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys in the next video.